Secretly recorded videos are backbone of corruption trial for longest-serving legislative leader. As Associated Press. Hours of secretly recorded videos and phone calls have offered a rare glimpse into how the longest-serving legislative leader in American history operated behind closed doors. As the corruption trial of former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan stretches into its third nth testimony has covered his multiple alleged schemes, from kickbacks involving the state's largest utility company to Chinatown developments benefiting his private tax firm. Jurors have heard from a congresswoman. Form below are your comments. How many governors and mayors of that state served prison time? Surprise, surprise. Did he try to have another senator's seat for sale? It's funny thinking back to Gov. Blago. Always thought Mike was dirty and started the investigation after Rod didn't appoint his daughter to the Senate. Makes sense now. Sure, it was still wrong, but totally normal in ill politics. The problem in all states and the federal government is finding a politician who is not in it for themselves rather than their constituents. And what did Gov. J.B. Pritzker do about this? Nothing. AP is still in the bag for the party. It took 6 graphs to use the word Democrat. Had it been the other party, it would have been first word in the headline. The tip of the corrupt political iceberg that these United States have become. It's a big club and you ain't in it. George Carlin. Isn't it amazing that if the person accused of corruption is a Republican, it is the first word of the headline, but if they are a Democrat you have to Google them to find out? Amazing. Yup, the media isn't biased at all. Carry on. Term limits for all elected officials. Nothing unusual here. Pay to play is a standard business practice for any Chicago politicians. All you need to know is what the minimum cost is to buy them and negotiate from there. Say it isn't so. Another corrupt Democrat in Illinois politics. Been going on for years. Illinois is full of corruption. What are the old sayings? Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, and birds of a feat her flock together. Amazing how long these people get away with it. Not hard to figure out some of how dirty things are when you look at the net worth of these people. NCE in office. The entire government of Illinois, from the governor on down, is nothing but a mob of thugs and gangsters. There is not a decent one amongst them. Madigan and Burke are just amongst the worst of a really unseemly bunch. The people of Illinois deserve what they get because they keep re-electing them. Symptom of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome each time. People around the world keep voting different people into office expecting a different result, but the outcome is ultimately the same every time. There is an alternative though. No mention of his political party. That assures you that he is a Democrat. You could investigate every high-ranking Democrat in Illinois and probably get a 30-page indictment on all of them. Dems have kept a low profile on their man in Illinois with the exception of TB Pritzker back a few months ago. Corruption is deep in Illinois. About what you would expect from any blue state. A Dems and Chicago, enough said. Strip his wealth and prison for life. Illinois has long been the gold standard for corruption in politics. A Democrat, shocking. I wonder how Trump enhances his wealth by doing people favors. He will never get caught, but if he does get caught, they will drop the charges. I live in Illinois, so have followed this trial with some, but not fanatical, interest. I'm still waiting for some evidence that does something more than says Madigan's friends, staffers, business associates are promising stuff. So far, even with Solis, there is little more than suggestions of wrongdoing by Madigan. I don't find a problem with him trying to get business for his law firm unless he promises some political favors. I don't find a problem with him asking for jobs for relatives or friends unless he will give something in return. My dad drove a milk truck. If you don't know what that is, ask an older relative. He asked his boss if they could give me a summer job, which they did. I was 16 or 17. I loaded and unloaded trucks for the summer. Made union pay and saved a lot for college. My dad didn't promise to work harder, wash his boss's car or cut his lawn. Madigan said he would look carefully at whatever the business was asking for. I'm waiting, and so far the government has probably spent millions to get this guy. Take their money. Madigan has been openly corrupt for years and everyone accepted it. I can't imagine why it took so long to finally prosecute him. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. 5 paragraphs in before they mention he's a Democrat. I wonder how many it would have taken them to mention that if he was a Republican. We need limited terms for all political positions, but the politicians will never vote it in. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.